arguing.
That's why you should play it as a wizard who thinks he's or like you are a warlock and you think that you're a wizard.
But I want the wizard spell list.
And there it is. The truth comes out.
I just
You
want to
piece of shit.
there's a feat that you can do, I think, that like opens up different spell lists. You need
At
to
this
look
point,
into
I am
different feats.
genuinely unclear what class he's playing.
He is technically a wizard on my character
Technically,
sheet.
yes. But is he really?
David
What
Blaine
is
is his
he,
patron.
Good. Warlock patron.
It's garbage.
I'm just, since you're in the campaign, I'm just gonna go in and change it myself.
No, you're
Completely rewrite his
No one-
character.
Right.
All right, so hello everyone, and welcome back to Levels of Madness. As always, I am your dungeon mistress, storyteller, weaver of paths that I attempt to get you to follow, and for some reason, you did last time. You okay?
Yes, I just felt bad for laughing when you said attempted to follow because you were doing really well with your intro, but we're just not well behaved in your story.
And rolling into that, we have Bree.
I'm playing Murin, a tiefling cleric.
Josh,
I play Nines, the Warforged fighter.
Troy,
I play Ashu, the Warforged monk.
and Brandon.
I play Caspian, the sea elf wizard, warlock, sorcerer. Apparently, we're just playing real fast and loose with spellcasters in this group of friends. So I'm a sea elf that casts stuff. Who knows what I am?
We're just
I'm a s-
pulling from whatever. We're just stealing from each other's spell books.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Or he's
No matter.
actually a sorcerer, because that would make the most sense if he could just cast his shit inherently.
Exactly.
But he
So,
thinks
yeah.
he's a warlock.
I am playing a sea elf warlock this evening at least.
Tonight.
Yeah,
We'll see
tonight.
about
We'll
tomorrow.
yeah, we'll see.
And you confused everybody who does not see our off-screen campaign. Yeah, so Brandon DMs our off-screen campaign right now, and we have a debate going on what class Troy's character actually is.
This is racist. It's just classes.
He just doesn't believe in magic or mythical creatures, yet he's a wizard.
No. It's insane. It's insanity.
He's a
I hate it.
conspiracy theorist wizard.
I made a friendly character in a campaign where you've made someone that I don't like personally.
What did you do?
Did you change it?
I just changed the backdrop and the color.
Troy was like, "What did you do?"
So
Yeah,
you
I
know
won't-
Going
he's there.
through it, like,
Control Z.
I will
never
destroy your campaign.
yeah. I won't ever actually like fuck with your character. But I can pettily change the theme and the backdrop to a fucking warlock.
I love it. I love it. So who could tell me what happened in this campaign last time?
We followed the rules and
You did.
we made the decision. We met that guy that I don't like who's giving me attitude. And then
That
we
is not specific enough.
Yeah, really narrow that
PC
down
or
there, buddy.
NPC? Where are we at?
NPC. What's the NPC's name? The Changeling.
The red-eyed
Colin.
man.
Yeah, the red. Yeah,
Toblerone.
Two different-
Toblerone.
Two different characters. There is a changeling, and then there is the red-eyed man. There is Tolan, who is the changeling, and then
Tolan.
there is Martel, who is the red-eyed man.
Yes, Martel didn't want to tell us all the information about what we were doing, and we made Tolan tell us. We now know that we're kidnapping the bride, and she's going to die if we don't. And then
That's
everyone,
Dad's
everyone,
gonna kill her.
the dad's going to kill her. Everyone here hates tieflings, so Mirren is wearing the Ted Farty hat. and we're gonna sneak in to go get her with Tolan. And we followed the rules of the game, and you didn't think we'd get that far, and we totally did.
Right.
Because the first time we
Right.
were ever stealthy was when Jess planned for us to not be stealthy.
Yep,
Like,
we
and
walked to the
it's
courtyard
here's
and
the
just
thing.
moved on through.
Y'all have been stealthy in the past, but you have also just chose chaos. So
We were tired. We were tired. And we'd gotten our chaos out the day before because Brandon dropped that dragon on us.
We
The
had
dragon
post D&D clarity.
That Jebediah doesn't believe. Yes, that Jebediah doesn't believe exists. That's what happened. And that's why I don't remember, and it's confusing. I didn't hit a single wall.
You did? Okay, so let's go ahead and get you moved to the new map. And everybody, if you scroll up on your map, you will find the token for Tolan. So if y'all want to drop yourselves kind of around that area, you are coming up at the rear of the building. You can focus it in on you when you get up at the top.
What?
I'm having trouble figuring out where to zoom into.
It's like way up at the top. I have to adjust the
Yeah.
map.
The top square of the map.
Yeah.
Hello, my
Do we have
beacon.
the new tokens?
Yes, as soon as you drop your character, you will see them.
Oh, fancy.
Nope.
Oh,
I
I forgot
pulled
that you
it from
can.
the wrong place. Can you
I forgot
delete
that you
it?
can.
Yeah.
I
Delete.
forgot that you can have two different pictures.
Okay, where do I pull from so I don't pull from the wrong place again?
Let's see. You should just be able to grab your name, and then it'll come out looking like that.
There we go.
There you go.
I move this? Yes, I can.
Nines, are you on the board? Or
Not yet. I'm trying to
Okay.
fix the
screen?
overlay here.
Okay, you're good.
There we go. Now we can see it all on the board. Okay. Lock it up. And then do.
Are we ready? I'll be revealing here in just a minute.
Oh, you can 0.5. You
Uh-oh.
can do.
Where do I get it from?
Go to characters and then just drag your name over.
There I am. All right.
There he is. Oh, you dropped yourself. But you dropped yourself where you couldn't see yourself. But I can see you. All right. So, having decided to attempt the stealthy approach this go around, you are able to make it through the gate and into the inner city without raising any alarm. It's early enough that not enough people are around that you would have to re-roll your stealth to get through the town. And you are able to come up at the backside.
Josh, are you okay? Josh!
Did
He's
Josh just
being
fall to the floor?
murdered. And
Josh,
we
you
never
should've-
saw him again.
You should have checked for traps.
It's a nat 1 right before he got up.
God, I hope he's actually
You
okay.
can't even blame
He's not
Brandon
like
this time.
I'm
Did
gonna
you
feel
see
re-
Josh take a
yourself.
hole in the wall?
I'm gonna feel really bad if he's not okay.
If he's like underneath a bookshelf or something. Oh, thank God.
Goodness.
Did no one hear that but us?
No, I had the stream muted.
I heard it.
You
That
guys heard
was
it, but nobody else did.
fantastic.
My stairs are very loud.
Okay, so we just like all got like a look of concern on our face really fast, and stream had no clue why.
I forgot to mute my headset. I wanted to listen to you while you were talking.
That was
No, that's wonderful.
I heard like a banging outside, so I went to go check it out.
There was a possibility that something could have happened to you. We erred on the side of caution.
Thank you.
Okay, so you make it through the town and you come up at the back side of Grey Rock Manor. Grey Rock Manor is a 2-story wood and stone building. You see that there are many windows. This seems honestly like a very welcoming home, if a little lavish. You're coming around the back side. Roll me perception checks.
21 from Ashu.
That's an 18.
Okay.
11 from Urine.
Perception.
Yes, sir.
That is a 5.
All right. I'll go ahead and roll for Tolan. I get to play something tonight, guys. Yay! Ah! That's an 11 for Tolan. All right, so Nines and Tolan are attempting to sneak each other kind of thing. It's a little bit of a competition on who can be stealthier, who can creep closest to the house, that they don't actually notice that there are guards around the house. They are doing patrol. You can tell that there are 2 guards, one on each side of the building, and they are alternating, going up and down the sides of the building. How would you like to approach? I'll go ahead and reveal a little bit.
That's what we perceive with the 21 and 18.
Yes.
And 11. Okay.
You can also see, since you did, thank you, with the 21, you can see that although it is still really early, dawn is almost here. You got in here right before dawn. Lights are beginning to be lit inside the home, as if there are people stirring, as if the house is beginning to come awake. But it is still quite early. It's quite rude. So we just
How tall are the windows from the ground?
They are actually where a window would be normally for a normal sized creature, they're lower, but only slightly, about half a foot lower than what would be normal. So everything does seem a little off with y'all's perception checks. I will say that that's one of the things that you can perceive as well, is that everything is just slightly shorter than is normal for you.
We see into the windows.
Caspian just flat sprint, just dives through the nearest window, just full head down into the window. I don't do these things.
Yeah. I'm like, well,
I had to
think
roll a
you
17 with
can.
athletics.
Like, I'm holding
would
on
be
to that.
It would be glorious if I did it, but I will not.
I was like, is this Brandon tonight? Brandon's just chaos
No.
tonight.
Nope. Nope. Fucking, it's full Splinter Cell in this bitch. Like, Tom Clancy like a motherfucker. We're gonna be sneaky.
All right. So with that,
Narrator, they were not, in fact.
everybody go ahead, roll stealth checks for me again.
I have disadvantage on stealth, so this will be fun.
22 for Ashu.
I'm gonna roll my best die and my worst die.
16.
14.
20.
Damn, we
Alright,
stealth.
and then
Stealthy.
you hit it
Stealthy,
in
baby. You going full stealth tonight.
Get it.
multiple. And that is a dirty 20 for Tolan as well. So you are all stealthy as fuck. Ashu, if you want to investigate the window, are you just trying to look inside or are you trying to like figure out how to open the window?
I'm just looking inside to get kind of the layout of inside.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. You got a 21 on the last one. So, which window are you looking inside of? There are 1, 2, 3 windows on the side of the building that you are on.
I'll look at the one that's closest to me first.
Okay. So you approach the window and very stealthy for a metal man. You look inside and you see that this is a dimly lit music room. There is a grand piano in one corner and then a number of sitting chairs as if there are small concerts put on in an intimate setting. You also see that there is a young adult male inside. He looks to be human or possibly half elf. It is still quite dim in there. But he looks to be kind of lighting all of the candles and stuff, and he seems to be one of the servants of the home. And he's beginning to get everything ready for probably the house to get up and running.
What is to the east and west? Is it just like full, it just kind of like open field? Like past the borders of the map?
Yeah, it's kind of, y'all are kind of located on a hill right now. It's not a big hill, but it's like the manor is slightly set above and overlooks just around. So there's some trees, attempts at gardens, but it doesn't look like lavishment has gone outside of the home. As
There's
if
no
really nice things are inside.
cliffs or sudden drops or anything like that?
Unfortunately not, no.
Okay. I'm just checking, just getting a lay of the land here.
If something were to go further past the borders, they would simply roll downhill slightly.
Here's a question.
Possibly an answer. What you got?
Would you this is a question for the group. Would you consider a human an open container?
Huh?
Oh.
We got a mouth. We got several.
We are
Yes.
open
Orifices.
at all times. In
Yes.
We're basically a tube.
We're basically
Sort
a
of.
tube.
Or
For
or
what-
like
for
I
what
think a tube
purpose?
with there's a Vsauce about this.
Are you gonna drown him?
So that there's a thought. That is a possibility. My second thought process, and I'll drop this in chat, is destroy water. You destroy up to 10 gallons of water in an open container within range. We're mostly water. If I were to destroy 10 gallons of the water within a human.
If we're talking about water being removed from a human, I mean, that just leaves our skin. That's very open.
I'm just saying.
We
Or you could
breathe
put
out
10
so much
gallons of
water.
water inside of somebody. Make
Uh-huh.
them explode.
Just let us be
Just-
weird.
Like
Just-
I want to, like
just
the
throwing it out
my
there.
answer is
How
He just starts shooting water out of all of his orifices. And he dies.
just
my answer is yes. But I just want you to be aware of the can of worms you are potentially opening.
Killing people in here might draw attention, big guy.
Well,
I'm
and I just
not-
meant like in general, if this is a yes to the homebrew rules for this campaign, like
because we're not
Just
the only
be
ones who are going to be
aware.
able to do it.
Yeah.
this is it's a first level spell that can do 10 gallons.
Just,
Do we really?
uh,
Very crazy spell if you use it in that. I mean, I don't see why not, because like just the wording of the spell doesn't say that it's not a possibility. Like a person could hold water. It's literally what our bodies do, and we actually ingest water.
But the water would have to be inside him already, like not a part of him, but inside the container. If we're a container, then it would have to be in his stomach or something. That's
I
how
would say, yeah, if you were, I will limit it to this. You can create and drown someone.
Okay.
Or however you want to do that.
just fill their lungs with water.
So, yes.
I want to like put a fish bowl on somebody's head and then fill it with water.
That's like how you're going to have to do it is how would you get this person to take in 10 gallons of water? Because it says like unless it's specifically going into a container, it falls as rain. So you would have to find a way to encase the person specifically in an area if you're trying to like drown them.
His
And
lungs are a
then you
container.
could. Don't, sir. This is
They contain
literally
air.
ha.
Josh, you
Your
got something?
stomach can also contain
His
water.
bladder is a container because it holds a liquid, and he has to hold on to
Oh
that.
God, that'd be so painful.
All right, I'll just
Your
we'll
bladder
we'll
explodes.
just get it's
I-
it's a little too early for me to be attempting to blood bend.
That's some
so
turtle
we'll
level
just,
shit, man. That's some turtle level shit. Okay.
I'll sideline that.
For now. I mean,
This
it can always
may-
come up later. Like if
I
you
may
can,
return to this conversation in a more
Yeah.
chaotic evening.
you know how I feel. If you can explain it in a way that doesn't break the game, letting
Make
that
it-
go the way that it is currently will break a lot of things.
Make it make sense.
All right. So alternatively,
Josh, I think Josh has something.
yes, sir.
How tall is it up into the roof? Like, how tall is this wall to the roof?
Math. Hang on. Troy Hall is a 2-story building normally. Roughly.
It's like 9 to 10 feet per floor.
So I would say 16, 17 feet.
What is the roof made out of? Like, is it shingles? Is it like metal?
It's a steep roof.
Is it a steep roof? Is it kind of like this? Is it like this?
Are we doing roof talk on D&D?
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
So let's give all of our roles and everything to Troy. He should get bonuses on everything if he
I
can
have-
explain it to
I
Oh,
us.
have
my-
the potion
My
of
day
climbing.
has come.
I have the potion of
Uh-huh.
climbing. I want to climb up to the
Yeah.
roof.
Okay, so it is the pitched roof,
Okay.
right?
Are there any
And they
windows up
are
there?
on the second story, yes, but not on the roof. like a sunroof type thing.
Okay, if I got up to the roof, could I bend over and look into the second story windows?
Somebody would have to, like, you would
Hold-
be hanging by your toes,
hold
kind
him
of
by his
thing.
pants.
No, I'm like on all fours, got my hands on the gutters, and I like lean my head over and look into the window.
You still wouldn't be able to look into a second story window. Like, there's still enough space between them that you can see through them, but you will have to be precariously
Okay.
over the side.
Can I? My
I have 50 feet of rope. Can I rappel down like SEAL Team 6?
What's my
So-
jump distance? My vertical jump?
Okay, hang on. Brandon, what?
I can control my tentacle up to 30 feet. If I were to cast my tentacle on top of the roof, could it hold Josh and lean him over?
Is that something your tentacle doesn't just do attacks? It's actually like functional.
It's got 10 feet of reach.
I just want to make sure that it like specifically isn't just like an attacking tentacle at the deep.
I don't know if I've.
Strikes at your foes.
It makes melee. Oh, it makes melee spell attacks. It does not say that it's like. It says that it's spectral.
That yes, it can do that. Like I like the idea because of the way that your magic works specifically and the curse you essentially have.
I have
That your tentacle is functional outside of being an attack tentacle kind of thing,
Yeah.
but it comes at the cost of you have to cast the spell in order to have that,
Yeah.
So but there is going to be you will have to roll the d8 for cold damage just from actually touching
Shit. Okay.
the tentacle, because it's like on contact. Your tentacle is just, it has that cold effect.
That seems fair.
I have the potion of climbing for 1 hour. So would I be able to climb down off the roof and look in? They'd be able to see my whole body, but I'd be able to climb down and look and then pull myself back up and climb up.
It allows you to pretty much use spider climb, right?
How high
Or
off
you
the
just-
ground is the second story window?
See if
Why don't you just climb up and then peek in rather than getting to the roof?
What
and
if
then
we all
hanging
just
down?
stand on each other's shoulders?
No, okay, yeah, I want to use my potion of climbing to start peeking in second story windows.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not going to climb to the roof. Brandon makes a good point.
Yeah, like if you're spider climbing.
I got 30 feet of climbing. I take advantage on strength to make the climbs.
So you have advantage on athletics to climb up there, so you can see
Okay, yeah. So
how well.
I want to look in the second story window, see if anybody's up there.
Okay. Scroll your screen to the right.
Oh,
Oh my. Okay.
so that's the second floor,
That is
Or,
the second floor.
or
That's
parts of the second floor.
the back wall of the second floor.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going up. I'm looking in this window here.
Okay, so go ahead and make your athletics check at advantage.
It's a 9.
What is your strength?
+2.
Go ahead. Which window are you going straight up
Yeah.
to the window on the far right as we're looking at the screen?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
$12.
Okay. So you drink this potion, and you feel a Spider-Man type sensation. The nerves in your fingers become so much more sensitive, and you are suddenly able to just hold onto the wall and climb. And you make it up past that first floor window. You're to the second floor window. You reach up, you grab the windowsill, you pull yourself up, and you're able to get a peek in to this room. And you see that it is a bedroom. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. It is a bedroom that is adorned in bright colors. There are pinks, there are purples, there are greens. It is very feminine in all of the touches that is in there. It seems honestly like if the window were cracked open, perfume would waft out.
So am I still perched up there, like peeking in?
You have about you can do one thing before you lose your grip on this with
Can
an
I
eye.
can I check to see if the window is open and unlocked for me to open up?
Yes.
What do I got to do that?
It's locked.
It's locked?
That one is locked.
Okay, can I hop back down and roll another acrobatics to get back up there and use my thieves tools to unlock it?
Yes, you can.
Can we check the other? Can I?
Mhm.
I want to walk over to the left
Natural 20.
side.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah.
All right, so what are y'all doing while he's doing this? Do y'all want to take a look downstairs at anything?
I want to peek into the other windows down here. I just want to get a kind of a idea of what's going on here. in
Roll
the-
me perception, please.
9.
You are able to see a dimly lit formal dining room. Doesn't look like anybody is inside. It is a very large room.
How long does my can I use my tentacle to provide me the help action to peek into a second story window next to the one Josh is working on?
Like lift you up or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop
Like-
a rope from this window if I can get in here. I'm gonna go in this room and drop a rope so we can all come up here.
I just want to see. I just want to have a visual of like what is happening. Like, so someone doesn't just walk in the hallway, like as you're doing this.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Do we
like,
know when the bride is supposed to get back? When they're supposed to bring her back here?
I mean,
How far off that is?
she's probably there.
Oh, okay.
This
Yeah.
is where they went to after the wedding to turn in for the night. So it's almost the day after the wedding.
Yeah. So can I use tentacle to like let me roll athletics or acrobatics at advantage?
Go ahead and drop where you put your tentacle.
Okay.
We
Hey,
should probably
guys.
put a token thingy around that guy.
What about this guy over here?
There's one of the
Good
two
question.
guards on
The-
either side.
How often do they? How long are they? Do they come all the way up, or are they just hanging out on the side?
Right?
Can I
Right
make perception on him or something? Go ahead.
When you first got there, you had perceived this guy and he had been walking down south. So now, with how much time you've spent, he's probably closer to the front of the building.
And what about homeboy on the other side? On the
It
Uh,
seems like he is doing
The
direct
opposite.
correlations, kind of. Yeah.
Can I So I'm gonna rush over and I'm gonna creep on the ground and then cast Mage Hand. And I just want to use Mage Hand to rustle the bushes down here.
This
Like
is
down.
Arkham Asylum strategery.
I'm fucking full Splinter Cell. We're doing it.
Yeah, you
Did
definitely
anyone
can.
see the Rainbow
How-
Six trailer? Sorry, I apologize.
You're good. You're good.
The Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six PlayStation trailer that came out and had aliens. It was neat.
Mm-mm.
I haven't seen it, but that's
I'll
fucking
link
dope.
it. I'll link it in the appropriate channel.
Hell yeah.
How far out can you cast Mage Hand?
30 feet.
30 feet? Okay. Yeah. So you
me-
can definitely do that, and it.
Yeah, so down, I guess it's a ways from us.
Yeah. But it gets him going back. 30
Yeah,
feet the
and
other
I just want to
direction
kind of
right now.
rustle
Okay.
in the bushes. Like I want the hand in the bushes so he can't see it and just kind of rustle it a little bit.
It's a spectral hand. I don't think that they can really see it.
Yeah.
Unless they're intentionally looking for magic, which
Yeah.
you never know.
I would just rustle the bushes and then drop it. Like,
Okay. Josh, you rolled a natural 20 with your athletics or with your thieves tools?
Athletics.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me with your thieves tools as well, please.
That's just a flat D20 or
D20 plus your dexterity modifier, and then plus your proficiency bonus if you are proficient with thieves tools. If you're not, it's just D20 and dex.
I think it was +5 for you.
Is that
Where
this
do I see
character or
that
is
at?
that his last character?
Oh, it might be, yeah. I
It
think
would
I'm thinking
be-
it's another
Oh,
character.
+2. Yeah, plus
Yeah,
2
that's
bonus.
your
So yeah,
proficiency.
so it's plus
Alright.
5 total. Okay.
And you're proficient with thieves tools?
Yeah. That's 22.
22. Awesome, awesome. Is anybody doing anything while Caspian is distracting the guard and
Caspian, there's a door
Uh,
right next to you too, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay like in between the doors and windows, like either crawling underneath or to the side of them.
and with your stealth roll and the fact that your tentacle is out, so you are right now sober,
Hmm.
I'm not going to have you reroll for that.
Okay.
You are able to, because light's coming out of the windows, you are able to see that it's a door now that, the sun is somewhat starting to crest. Very, very, very early light, but it is starting to lighten up some.
That I would still like to, after I get back, quickly get to basically, I want to look into what I think this window, the kind of center-ish window, to get a view of what is next to the window that Josh is unlocking.
Okay.
And I was going to use the tentacle to give me advantage on athletics.
Okay. So go ahead and roll that. Josh, Nines is able to climb up. How do you want to climb up? You can make this as fun as possible with your natural 20.
Ooh, clip it.
Go clip it.
Got it.
Flip it!
I got it. I got it.
I love how he does it to himself. It's so honorable.
I just Spider-Man up there, just reach up and just get the lock open and open the windows up, and then I do that like really weird, when like the robot androids are coming through like a window or over like something, and they like put their hands down and then their feet come up over and like like
Yes.
and like they like put their feet down and then they stand
God.
Yes.
up. That's what I do. I just like and just flip myself completely into the room, and I take the
I
rope
love
out of my
it.
backpack and I throw it down, and you guys can now climb the rope to get up here.
I love it. All right. Does everybody follow suit besides Caspian?
Yeah.
I got a 20 for my athletics.
Dirty?
Yeah, dirty.
Okay. Okay, so Ashu and Murin, do y'all climb up or what are
Yeah.
y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'll follow.
Okay, so go ahead and make athletics checks for me as you climb
I
the rope.
coughed. What checks?
Athletics
Okay.
as you climb the rope.
22.
11.
You are good. You have the rope, so it was a
Phew.
low DC.
I was real afraid because I'm just walls.
Yep, they are your natural enemy, aren't they? All right, so Murin, if you want to move to the second story, I will roll for
Yes.
Tolan.
If I can.
Tolan is having issues climbing the rope.
Can I give him the help action?
Yes, you can.
I tell Tolan that I'm gonna keep lookout before Tolan goes up. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna keep lookout. I have Mage Hand. I will. If I want them to see it, can they see Mage? Can I have someone see the Mage Hand?
Yeah. What does it look like? What do you want it? Do you want it to be like made out of water? What do you want it to look?
Yeah, like the creature from the abyss, though, just a floating water hand. I'm gonna tell him like, hey, I'm gonna thumbs up, thumbs down. I'll tap y'all. Like if I see someone coming, I'm gonna tap you guys, thumbs down. If y'all are moving and it's clear, I'm gonna thumbs up. And I tell him that before he goes.
Tolan, they nod at you, and then you see like they dust their butt off, and they're back to looking. They chose a half orc this time. They look like a half orc. Androgynous. You can't tell if they're going for male or female. Short hair, but kind of a smaller build. And they kind of look over at you and they give you a thumbs up, and you can tell that they've gone more business-like. Before it was a bit of an attitude. You were getting kind of like a, I work alone normally, and this is real drag having to bring you guys around, but I need you. Now Tolan is like kind of all business, so gives you thumbs up, and you see they grab the rope
As
in
they
one hand.
as they change and as they start to go, you look great, by the way. And can I?
And they stop and they're kind of like, it seemed new to them to get complimented for their physical change.
Can I roll performance or persuasion to see how they feel about this?
I thought you were saying that to Jess before she rolled something.
I mean,
I thought she
Jess
was
was
about to-
very nice.
I thought you were about to roll some shit, and you were just like, by the way,
You had a good
that
hair swoop.
lipstick. Mhm.
You look great. Tolan.
Tolan is a little bit of me as well, so I take all their compliments.
There you go.
But also, just
Perfect.
remember, I take all of their
Hatred as well.
yes, like all the negativity, all the banter, all the cutting words for all of my NPCs.
You're all the bad guys.
Yes, before they go up, what do you do?
Can I roll performance or persuasion to see how well I compliment them?
Whichever you like.
Persuasion.
This
Make
game
it
is our
make sense.
atonement for being awful PCs in her games.
13.
We liked Wendy.
We did really like Wendy.
Square Burgers was
What
nice.
was her name? What
Square
was her name?
Burgers. It was Square Burgers. That's what her name
Burgers.
was.
Wasn't it Wendelin or something?
Lanolin?
No,
Lanol?
Wendelin is the one that you meant. No, Wendelin knows what y'all
Like
called her.
sheep's
Sheep wool?
Lanolin? Lanolin?
All right. So yes. So 13. It was
13
kind of a low DC. Like I said, they're not used. It didn't look like they were used to the compliment, so you kind of can tell that you've risen a little bit. They look at you with, okay,
I
you
give him
might
a
not
little.
be so bad.
I give him a little wink.
And then they just This time, instead of trying to climb the rope, they wrap it around one arm and then they kind of do a running start and they run up the wall and they're kind of hopping along
All right.
instead of like trying to do a climb
All right.
because they're really good at athletics. They are acrobatics. They are not great at athletics, so they are more of the nimble type. Okay, so inside
And then I'm peeking in that window.
the one right next to it, correct?
Yes, to the left of the one that they're going in, so I can get as much of a visual of.
Okay, there are a number of smaller windows in front of you. So there are, so all of these little notches are all
Yeah.
windows.
Yeah, if I could try and peek into this one and this one specifically.
The two right there. Yep.
And then I'm gonna let the dogs out really quick. I'll be right back.
This one. And did he say the one next to it?
Yes, he did. He's letting the dogs out.
Are you just looking into rooms, Brandon?
Yes, that's Caspian is once again being the creeper at the window.
Jeez.
Just like he was in Lundy, creeping in on little kids, trying to kidnap them. All right, so we can go ahead and continue to resolve what's going on inside the room with the three of you. And
Right.
I forgot to move Tolan. You're good. I'm going
So is
to
that
resolve
two
with them real
guards
fast.
that were revealed?
Yes, Caspian sees that inside of the two rooms next to the room that his party just went into are two guards that are sleeping. One of them is wearing there is a red cloak hanging inside, and then there is a purple cloak for another one.
Can I? Are these small enough rooms? Like, does it look like I'm looking into two rooms and then I see a wall on the other side?
Yes,
Okay.
like they're small rooms. It looks like these are for probably servants, that kind of thing. Guests
Okay.
that aren't of high rank enough to get maybe the bigger rooms.
Okay.
Do you follow your party into the room that they went into?
I do not.
What do you do?
Oh,
What
is
are
gonna be
you gonna
fun.
do?
I would like to. So that one's probably moved. I'd like to. How much movement do I have? 30 feet. Can I? Yeah, I want to get to the far this side and roll perception to see if I can find out where the guards are.
Okay, so to the other side of the building that you hadn't looked at yet.
Yeah.
Great. Go ahead and move your token.
That's as far as I could get from where I was standing, because I was there.
Oh, you're good. We're not inside of combat.
Oh, yep, that makes sense. Yeah, I want to stay like around the corner
Okay.
and peek, so that way if I need to, I can dive back behind the bushes. Is this door locked? Is there a window here?
There is not a window, but you can check to see if the door is locked.
Can I check and see if the door is locked?
Go ahead.
So 14 on perception for the door.
The door is not locked. Do you go ahead and open it?
I would like to. Are these bushes could these bushes, if I were to roll stealth, could these bushes hide me?
Yes.
I would like to roll stealth and hide in the bushes.
Go ahead. And then we are going to jump over to the rest of the group real fast.
Fuck.
Ooh.
You climb in the bushes.
And
We will come back to you in just a moment. Alrighty, so inside this opulent pink bedroom, Nines, you notice specifically that there is a staleness to the air in this room, as if it has not been used in quite a while, but it is clean. Where you thought that like there has to be like just this perfume that's gonna come out, like that's what this room is gonna smell like, and it's just like noticeable because you were waiting for it. Do y'all want to look around in this room? Are we gonna go?
I have a quick question for Mirian.
Yes.
Mirian,
For Mirian?
Mirian, how stealthy are you?
+0.
You do have the hat.
Oh! I
That is
totally
true.
forgot I had the hat.
Hat of disguise. It doesn't give you any buffs or anything to stealth, though. But I was going to
But
ask because
Make it make sense.
I mean,
Yeah. It helped with y'all's stealth roll before because y'all were trying kind of an act at the same time. So if you wanted to use the Ted Farty hat to attempt to buff up your
Does anybody
chat.
else have like a higher performance or charisma?
I
if
have
they
good
want to try to pretend to be
performance.
someone?
What are we performing?
Well, so what I was going to ask was if you could turn yourself into one of the guards that we saw, and along with Tolan, right? Tolan,
Yes.
Smolin, Roland,
Yes.
Tolan.
Tolan.
Along with you and Tolan do the same thing. If you guys could, open the door to this room and kind of get a peek on what's on the other side, maybe walk out into the hallway a little bit. You guys would have that disguise to keep yourself up. It looks like people are just sleeping up here. Try to see a little bit more of what's going on, or just you want to do it because you can do the weapons and everything too. Like you can have a weapon on your side that looks like a sword, but it's not actually a sword. So that was my suggestion, so that you don't have to give me the hat back because
So just to try to look like a guard and walk to the other side of the room.
Yeah, just go up to that door that's there and open the door, but look like a guard when you do it. So if anybody is standing out there, they're not like, oh, why is there just this random person opening this door?
Okay, what do I roll?
Because you are using the hat, let's do a performance. And you can do it. Tell me what you're making yourself look like. A guard, like one of the guards that you saw out.
Is it possible for me to like sort of take features from more than one guard and like I have this dude's eyes so I don't look like either of them specifically, but kind of have features of themselves, so maybe they'll both either like it or be freaked out by it. We'll find out.
Well, you haven't seen the ones that are in the rooms. The only one who knows about them is Caspian.
Oh, well then can I?
You
is
did
it
have
someone
to pass
that
by some guards when you
Okay.
first went through, and
Okay.
y'all were pretending to be cousins or something like that.
Sure. I didn't even look at what
It's
I
just
rolled.
an idea. I mean, we don't have to. I just wanted to get a
I
better idea
rolled
what's outside
I
the
rolled
hall.
18. I rolled
You
18.
rolled an 18, and I like it. Okay, so you peek your head out the door. You see, why does it automatically go to hide when I'm on reveal?
Does that to me too.
So annoying. You see a dimly lit hallway that extends in front of you. And it seems that there are many doors. And then the hall ends in a door, and then it seems to turn left.
Can we see if these are doors?
These are doors right here, yes.
Cool.
Does she see the person walking out?
She does. To the left, there is a person. They're not walking. They are like in a relaxed, standing at the ready, guarding the door that is there.
Okay. Okay.
So
I
not
know-
your door that they're guarding the door to your left.
Okay, so just a quick thing. We don't know where anybody is, and looking around's going to take a long time. Should we get this guy's attention, get him to come over to the door, or come into the room, ambush him, and then I have high intimidation and intimidate him to be subdued and tell us where people are at?
That's gonna cause a lot of commotion.
Yeah, but if we can be stealthy about it, and if we do get caught, you come through one of the windows. You flank whoever's coming after us. I don't know, just an idea. We need information, so this guy's close. We could kidnap
The two
him.
of you aren't even together.
I mean, the three of us.
Would
Shu
you
and
like-
Mira.
Do you want to borrow the Ed party hat back?
You can do it.
the-
You're right there.
the trip-
You look like a guard. You could just be like, "Hey, come in here. I need some help."
So as you are kind
you.
of sitting there whispering, trying to figure out what to do, Mirren, you see the door across from you, across the hallway, open. And there is a gnome woman with light gray skin. Dark gray hair, but there are streaks of white through it. And she is in like a comfortable linen shirt, untucked, breeches. She's a gnome, so she's short. And she's pulling slippers onto her feet as she's like stumbling through the door, and she's like putting her hair back into a ponytail as she makes her way down the hallway, and she seems a little flustered, and she's heading straight for you. And
Is
as she comes into the hallway, you hear a voice. And where might you be off to? Hang on one second. What the fuck did it just do? And where might you be off to, my young daughter?
Talking to me?
Nope. You
Oh,
see
oh.
a man open the door
Shit.
next to the guard. And this man is tall. He is a bronze skin that seems to somewhat shimmer. His hair is golden and it seems to have like a glow to it. And he is dressed very neatly. He looks very well put together. It's super early in the morning, and this man looks like he never went to bed. He is pristine. And the woman's face in front of you sours for a moment before sliding into a pleasant, blank expression as she turns to him. Daughter-in-law.
Is this just like peeking out the door while this is taking place? Like, can she see/hear this?
She opened the door. She was looking out, and like I'm assuming that you had kind of kept it cracked. Like, what are we gonna do? Whispering to each other, like, "There's a guy right outside." And then you start to hear this, and this is now happening right outside of that room. So from the conversation, you can tell that this is more than likely Calrissa and the Lord Bregrin. And Calrissa looks at him. Nothing, Lord Bregrin. Simply getting up and about for the day. How are you up so early? And then she kind of stops and goes, never mind, I know that answer. You must pray to your God. And the Lord kind of looks not irked, but that look of, you're not going to be my problem for very long, so I will humor you with this. I'm not going to rise to the bait. And he takes a step forward, and you can see Calrissa take a step back out of reflex, and she stops herself before squaring herself back up in front of him. There's a significant height difference. This man looks to be almost 7 feet tall. He is very, very tall, slender, looks like he is athletic. Like he looks athletic, and not like the bodybuilder sense. He's not going for like, I want to look jacked. His muscles are for movement. His muscles are for, looks like he's very light on his feet kind of thing. Like this is someone who has been in combat. This is someone
Someone
whose
who
body,
can throw hands.
yeah, but it's not in a necessarily completely brawn way. He's not just muscles for show kind of thing. And her jaw, Caloris's jaw, kind of stiffens as she's looking up at him. Mirren, roll insight for me.
Ooh, yay. 16.
With a 16, you can tell she's scared, but she's trying very hard not to let it show. Lord Bregrin appears amused.
Creepy.
And
That's some Daddy Jamie Spears vibes.
Big facts.
And he looks back at his guard and he waves him off. And the guard turns and he actually enters the room, giving them a moment of what they think is privacy.
Wait, who all enters the room?
The
A different
guard
room.
left
Not our room.
the hallway and went into the bedroom that was
Got
back here.
Okay.
Lord Bregrin looks at her. I won't let you ruin my family any more than you already have. But I gave in to my son's wishes, did I not? You are now my daughter, and you will be expected to act as such. You can begin with your prayers. Emerson and I will be going to offer our prayers to Heliod in the garden, as they do not have a proper temple here yet. And the veins in his neck kind of pop, and he seems very irritated about the lack of temple here. But we will solve that problem soon. We will solve many problems soon. My dear daughter. And every time he says the word daughter, it sounds just a little bit more sinister.
Gross. Not you, him.
Yeah. And she takes a moment and then she looks up at him and she goes, I'm not scared of you. The worst you can do is kill me. You leave enough bodies in your wake. Somebody's going to finally figure it out, right? You've already killed 2 members of your family. What's
He
another?
just stabs her.
And Lord Bregrin kind of looks at her as she accuses him of killing 2 members of his family. You'd heard about one from Tolan. And then he goes, I look forward to your compliance. And then pushes past her, turns around the corner, and disappears. It seems like he's going down a set of stairs.
Let's get her the fuck out of here.
Yes, can we like, hey, hey, you want to get the fuck out of here?
Okay,
Can we do something along that line?
Hang on 1 second for me, because we had a little issue going on downstairs of Caspian not being with the group. So we're going to jump back over there real fast. So Caspian, you checked to make sure that to see if this door was locked. It was indeed unlocked. And then you tried to jump into the bushes to hide yourself. And you feel fairly hidden. Unfortunately, you jumped into one of the shorter and dead-end bushes, so just about half your body is still outside of this bush. Excuse me, outside of this bush.
Pretend to be a random drunk.
And
So I want to move the tentacle over, like, I'm assuming this guy is coming around the corner. I'd like to move it as he's coming. I want to move it basically in front of him and just like wiggle. I want to
as
get to
a
where
distraction?
as a distraction.
Okay.
As he comes around this corner, like I want to get to where I can see him.
Okay.
But he's facing the tentacle.
Okay. So you move your tentacle and it does catch this guy's attention. He draws his weapon and he starts to kind of creep towards it. What's that? And the door next to you opens.
As he's distracted, would that give me a chance to attempt to hide more? Like, can basically the tentacle give me advantage to?
Yes.
Oh fuck!
That's a 6. But I'm gonna roll another D4. I got a pack boon. I'm gonna roll another D4. I'm gonna see if it helps me anymore. Come on, big money, big money, big money. That's a 2, so that is an 8 for stealth.
And that is both of your packed boons until you rest.
Yep, sure is.
So you send your tentacle out in anticipation of this guard coming towards you. And you are focused on that guard. You attempt to get a little bit further back, and you're like, I know I'm hidden from the guard coming around that edge. He's not going to fucking see me before I see him. The door next to you opens. And a young woman, or an older woman actually, walks out. She is an older halfling woman. She's gray hair caught in a bun on her head and a slightly sooty and flower-covered apron over a wool-spun dress. And she comes out, and she's looking off to the side.
Does the door open, like, does it open out or in?
In.
Fuck.
And she kind of steps out, and she takes a deep breath, early morning air, and then she jumps slightly. Look of fright on her face as she starts to very slowly attempt to back towards the house, her mouth opening in what you can tell is going to be a scream.
Fill her with water.
I tumble out of the bushes and be like, have you seen Phenelin? Have you seen Phenelin? I can't find her. I haven't seen her. I thought maybe she came up here. I just miss her so much. I don't know if you can help me. And
roll me a deception.
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.
Oh my god, dude.
Bum 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 bum.
I'm throwing.
Roll me a performance.
Wow.
Okay, hold on.
I mean, what's the point if she doesn't believe it?
After this whole debacle, can we take a break?
Yes.
All right. Who's it gonna be?
Oh, he's pulling real D, huh?
Are you pulling real dice?
Yeah, fuck yeah. These digital dice are fucking me. All right, come on. That is what is that, performance?
Yes.
That's a 22. That is a natural 18 plus 4.
Okay.
So she knows that I might be lying about the group, but I'm clearly just clearly drunk partier,
Yes.
maybe not telling the truth about the missing the girl.
And it is still dim outside, so she can't get a full look at necessarily your coloring. So to her, in the dim light, you do look like an elf that possibly could have been at the wedding. Maybe a wedding guest. They're staying in town. She knows. And she's like, "Oh, you startled me. I apologize. Did you sleep in the bushes?"
I got a little lost. I'm
I can
I'm so
tell.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. That's so rude. I'm just
Uh-huh.
I
Are
would
you Do you want
I,
some coffee?
I would be yep. That would be or just water. Either way, I'm just I
Okay.
feel I'm so sorry. I feel just terrible. It is a long night. I have
I know. The party I made a lot of food.
It was delicious. It was delicious. I had a
Oh,
wonderful time. It was a beautiful wedding. It's so
good.
beautiful. Everything
We
was
worked
so
very
pretty.
hard, and yes, we are very happy for the lady and her new husband. Come on into the kitchen. We'll get you some water while I make some coffee. How about that?
That's
And
I.
then
You're
get
just
you
so
back to your
sweet.
room.
Thank
Oh,
you so much.
you no
Ask
problem,
me for the
sweetie. Come
tie.
on inside. You have a seat by the fire. It's just starting to get a little bit nippy outside. It comes from the mountain. It blows some weird weather down sometimes, but it's only the early morning. You should be okay. Just sit by the fire. I'll get you a glass of water. She gets you a glass of water and kind of presses it into your hand. What are you doing about your tentacle that's outside though?
As soon as the guard starts to like, as soon as I walk in, I drop it, or I move it. I move it uh onto the roof.
Because right
I
now you're
move it.
smart drunk. If you lose it, you're dumb drunk.
I know. I know. I move it. I move it. Where I got 60 feet on this bad boy. I move it to the fucking peak of the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 60 feet on this bad boy. So I
All
just
right.
we'll
Okay,
just
give me one
say
second.
I'll leave it here, but I'll just say that
It's on.
yeah, and I can swing like it can move. I think it can teleport.
Can it teleport? Just like
Uh,
into the ground and then bloop up where you want it.
you can see the tentacle lasts at a point you can see. The tentacle lasts for 1 minute or until you use feature to create another tentacle. And you can make you magically summon as bonus
How long does it
action
last for?
1 minute.
Oh, we've had it out for a lot longer. We've been very hot and loose with that one.
Yeah, I forgot that I thought it was a lot longer. So I've got another
Yeah.
charge for it. So if it does drop, I can
Okay.
pull. I've got one more.
I yeeted my die and I can't find it. Oh, I found it. was max spell.
How long does this last?
Nah?
Um,
What does this do?
so what I will do is when she walks away, I will drop the tentacle and I will cast mage armor on myself,
Okay.
which is at
What
will.
does that look like?
It's right now it's just like liquidy bracers, just
Okay.
small liquidy bracers, because I'm not using them functionally. I'm using them to stay sober. Because if I'm using
That works.
Sky's magic,
That's smart.
I'm sober.
Yep. All right. That works. Yeah, we will go ahead and take a break before figuring out what's going to happen now that we have, for the first time, split the party.
You don't split the party.
All right,
right.
so we'll be back in just a little bit.
Okay.
90s Dre or like 90s
Look.
Snoop.
Look.
No,
Look.
no. It's 2000s Dr. Dre. That is apparently throwback jams, according to 102.3 The Beat, which can
What
go
I
fuck
dislike-
itself.
What I dislike is the shit. So the what if we've already rolled in, it's the
Mhm.
fact that both my brother and I were traumatized by the Beat 102.3 today, in which it was like throwback jam, and for me it was Big Papa, and for him it was
Still BRE.
yeah, and it just I was so fucking mad. I'm also getting very upset about the fact that like the things that I listened to in high school, like middle school, high school, that sampled things from our parents' age, those things are now being sampled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like covers of like 60s, 70s, 80s songs are now,
Yeah.
those covers are getting covered or sampled.
Yes. And it's there's a and my kiddo keeps being like, "How do you know about this song?"
Yep.
Yeah.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
Yep.
Do not
Oh,
speak
that's
to me about the
Fortnite
origin.
song.
I
Yeah,
was there
that's
when
what
it was written.
Spawn does that, and I'm like, I don't know. Or she's like, oh, I don't like this version. I'm like, what do you mean you don't like this version? And she's like, she'll bring up, and it's some pixelated song, like it's super
Bastardized
high
version of the
pitchy,
song.
and I'm just like, oh,
It's got a singing fish
I
doing
don't
it instead.
So did I? Yes, that is. It's. I was telling Brandon was asking me like, what is your kid's favorite songs right now? And I was like, well, he's got a few, and he has pretty good taste. So there's a lot that. No, you were asking me what could you play that would embarrass him when you picked him up because you were gonna pick him up that day.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, not really anything because he listens to kind of everything and like rattled off a whole bunch of like he likes this song, this song, this song, and then I was like, and also this 15-year-old who pretends that he's a kid pretending to be a fish.
Which is just a hell of a sentence. Like,
It's-
just.
And it
I
is just
can't.
literally true. And he's not the only one who's doing that. There is another 15-year-old who modulates his voice to sound like a child to sing about Fortnite.
It's fucking weird.
This needs to be regulated.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird.
Executive order immediately.
Probably shouldn't say
Yes.
that on Twitch.
But you know,
That's probably true.
we don't.
Which is
drop
like,
names.
all right, bet. Regulate this channel.
But yeah.
See,
Here.
If regulators had come on and that was the throwback jam, I would have been fine with this.
Fucking
So how about this D and Dizzles?
Are you sure you want to know? All right,
Uh,
guys.
Jump out and
Hang
grab
on,
it.
Shred.
I'm drinking
Got the
coffee.
shred.
can
got-
I
I got liquid braces on. I'm drinking coffee with a nice old lady.
You
That
are
is gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
my
Fire.
grandma. Put her in the fire?
Kill her now.
Kill her. Kill her now.
Were you trying to say something, Bree?
Joss is like, we've been too stealthy for too long.
Stop
We
getting
need
antsy.
to
Murder.
fuck something up.
And it's gonna be the old woman because she's close. She's the closest
That's
thing.
the thing. The only nice person
She's
you've
the only
encountered
witness
so
so
far.
far.
Like when a cat gets overstimulated and so it just like fucking bites the nearest thing.
I have a friend who does that.
All right. It was at 8:58 that I said I'm going full stealth. It is now 10:26, and Josh told me to set an old woman on fire. How long is that? How long do we make it? Over an hour. That's over an hour. That's almost an hour and a
I'm
half.
so proud of us.
I'm proud of
I'm so
myself.
proud.
That's
That's a
incredible.
full session
That's
plus
some
an hour and a
full
half.
restraint,
Yeah.
right? Like that's pretty good.
Apparently the
We're
trick
due-
is to play
We're due
two
for some
sessions.
shreds.
Mhm.
Yeah. We gotta just play
Honestly-
D&D twice a week.
Troy said the word shred and it triggered me, and I was like,
Gotta shred something.
"Are we okay? Are we focusing on Brandon now, or are we moving back upstairs?"
We are gonna go back upstairs for a little bit. We're gonna let Brandon
Quick
or
question.
Caspian drink his coffee.
I
Possible
have-
answer what you got for me.
Okay, so this is the bride, if I'm right. Like this is who we have to kidnap,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Seems to be.
I have grappling strike.
What if we put the hat on her?
Oh.
What if we made her unconscious and put, or does she have to be conscious to use it? Like, does she have to make the choice?
You might be able to just persuade her to, if she's like, I know, if she's out in the hallway being like,
But
I
we
know
have
you killed 2 people in your
We've
family.
spent so much time trying to do this the right way, and she
That's
had that
true.
whole fucking moment. If she wanted to have a
Does
moment with her dad, like,
does the
on a schedule.
what's I keep forgetting this guy's name. What's the guy's name who's with us?
Tolan.
Does Tolan know this person? Will they know each other? Is there any connection there at all, or no?
Do you ask Tolan that? Because
Yes.
you have not gotten that information.
Yes.
No, Tolan does not know them personally.
Okay.
And kind of looks at you and goes, but like, I can be pretty much whoever I want. So, do you want her to know him or no?
You could be the husband.
Well, like, okay, the
You could be
husband
the
just walking
husband.
out of this random room is going to be kind of weird. I mean, yeah, I agree with Bree. We
Tolan
have
looks
to.
at you and shifts form into Martel.
The dad,
Martel was the
Red-eyed.
red-eyed man.
red-eyed man.
But this version of Martel has blue eyes and shining golden hair.
Does she know
Sounds
this
okay.
form?
Yeah, she should.
Okay.
Is that her husband?
So is the plan here to continue with the stealth and have him bring her in here and be like, listen, we got to get out of here. They're going to kill you. Let's bounce. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, if he
bring
can
her
Okay.
be, if he can
So
be
there
anyone.
may be a slight problem. I know she knows this form, but it might freak her out.
Why would it freak her out?
I asked the question since he's not here.
According to Martel,
Sorry.
I guess he like faked his own death or something. I don't know, but that would be like a big deal, kind of. Like that's why he can't come into the city. He can't be seen.
Okay, so as a changeling, he would have to know who Martel is in order to change into him, right?
Poland?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he and Martel have
Like
been traveling for a
changelings
while.
have to see the thing or touch or something to then change into themselves, right?
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope, I'm pretty sure that it's just they can look at anybody that they want.
Okay. I mean, I say we try convincing her to come in here with this disguise
Yeah,
that he's
I
using.
can determine the specifics of
then-
coloration, hair length, sex, height, weight, everything.
Okay, so like once
Oh.
we get her in here, we can all try to convince her, like, listen, we're here to save you, and then he can change back out of that form and be like, I know who he is, I'm here to help you, blah blah blah. Just like trick her and then be like, okay, we just tricked you. I'm sorry, but listen, that's my idea. Or I can knock her out and grapple her and drag her out of the window.
Why? Is there a reason that we are pretending to not be the husband, or not pretending to be the husband?
Tolan tells you, like, I've never seen the dude, but I can tweak this, and the features kind of start to morph and change, and
Man,
they
is
get
that
a
useful?
little bit. What?
I have command. Is that useful?
It can be.
You could command her to
All
come in the
spells can
room,
be useful.
Mm-hmm.
and then we could talk to her when she's in the room, and you can close the door as long as she doesn't scream.
So what?
I could
What
just
would you
say,
like
what
to
if
do?
I just say follow, and then we just like walk her off the property? Like we just like Abe's Odyssey it, like follow me.
Oh my god, that is one word. Follow. Holy shit. Have do a hybrid. Have what's face look like someone kind of familiar that might not whatever form will freak her out the least, and then use command to follow. So that way and then just kind of reassure her, like, hey, we're gonna get you out of here. We're gonna keep you safe. Or you could just,
There's any plan.
start by convincing her, and if that fails, be like, okay, well, fuck this, command follow. Yeah, so have Martell.
But then she's
have
gonna know, so
Toblerone
she'll be on guard. So I would, if we're already talking to her before I'm like follow,
I can
then she
intimidate
would.
her.
I would.
You would still be able to talk.
But I mean, would she have?
Really?
But my point being, would she have a higher? Would we have advantage if I did it with her, not knowing, not braced, and so maybe her chance to save would be lower versus if we try to convince her and then she's like, I don't really trust these guys, and I'm like, follow, and then yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
I can
just do
intimidate
it.
Get her in the room. Get her in the room. Get her in the room.
Yeah, I could intimidate her as well too.
Just
And just
get
be
her in the
like,
What's
room.
your best persuasion?
Okay, so which
Whatever.
thing are we doing? Because I do agree that we should save mine for whatever the last thing we do is. It's just
What do we
like
wanna do, guys?
Have
Like-
have Toblerone to have her come in. Be like, hey, can I talk to you?
We're getting
She's
to
walking
the
away.
point where
Someone-
she's walking away.
Someone open the door.
What do we want to
yeah,
do?
he's gonna go. Yeah, he's gonna go do it. He's go open the door as
Yeah.
him and tell her to come in here.
As
Yeah, just
Martell
have her-
or as the amalgamation?
Fuck.
As Martell.
As Martell, just have her just have him open the door, and be like, say her name, and then kind of like, or as the amalgamation, like call her name, so she just kind of sees what looks like her husband, like, hey, says her name and starts to like beckons. Does that make sense?
Is that what we want to do?
Yes.
Yes, person who was downstairs and on the other side of the
I'm
house.
sorry.
I agree with you.
I forgot he wasn't in the room.
He's not even in the room.
I keep seeing Jess roll dice, and it makes me panic. So I'm like, do something.
Okay.
So, yeah. that thing. We
Tolan
just, someone get her into the room.
as Martell,
This is gonna be good.
right? As the non-red-eyed Martell opens the door and
Just-
calls out, Clarissa. And she freezes.
And then just beckons and closes the door. Like, he doesn't stand there and let her like
Okay,
see,
so-
like just
Y'all like move Tolan out of the way. Like, okay, come on,
Yeah.
move.
yeah, like
You're getting
so
her
she ca-
attention.
yeah. She catches a glance and is like,
Yeah, she whips around.
beckons, and then steps into the door.
Maybe sounds a
You
little distressed.
You
Mhm.
hear her as she's walking up to the door. And she's like, You're not real. 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 You're not real.
Did she kill her fucking husband?
And she gets to the door. And you hear another door open as the guards that were sleeping have now woken up. They come out. She stops for a moment. She spins around. They simply nod at her. And they make their way downstairs. She pushes open the door and steps inside.
Everybody jump on her.
Mold Earth.
Everybody get
What do you do?
How does she react to seeing us in there?
I was gonna let y'all, since y'all were waiting for her to come in, if y'all had wanted to do
Like-
something when she immediately, like, I don't know if y'all want to jump her or
You could tell her silence just so she doesn't yell.
How many?
So
how
we can
many?
explain to her.
How many times can you cast command assist? How many spell slots do you have for that? So it's the first
I
level.
have, I have 4 spell
Y-
slots.
So cast command silence, and then be like, "We don't want to hurt you. I'm fucking downstairs, y'all."
Yeah. So we're not here to harm you. We're here to save you and get you out of here. Come with us. We came into this window. Let's get out through this window and we'll sneak off.
Is that what we're doing?
I agree.
Can I
Well,
draw?
what-
Can I draw my hammer and hold it in my hand and use and do like some like light intimidation?
For when she
Why?
first walks in?
No, let's not scare her. Like, also,
Do we
I
want to
don't.
hear what she has to say? Are we going to allow her to speak or no?
I am.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
would.
I don't want to cast command on her until like she is reacting in some way. Like if
Yep.
the first
Okay.
thing we could do is be like, "Hey, we're here to help," and she doesn't freak out. I probably
Yeah.
shouldn't be the one to say it unless I look less like this.
You have a Ted Farty hat on, so you look like whatever you want to
Okay,
look
cool.
like right now.
Okay, cool.
Ready an action of command for if she like looks like she's about to yell.
Right, but we're not in
Okay.
combat, so do I need to ready an action? Because we're not like my
I mean,
my
if you
plan
want to
is
announce that,
already
then
Yeah, just
like
announce it.
my plan is already that I am going to command something if something happens. I just am
Mhm.
waiting for something to actually happen because I don't want to freak this chick out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, like, y'all were waiting for her to come into this room. It makes sense that you would have something like on the back
Like
burner
let's sit
to, like,
let's
try to make
sit
her be
down
quiet.
and look nice. Like let's not all be like, "Ugh," let's like, hey,
As soon as she walks in, you're just holding a fucking hammer.
yeah, like let's look like inviting.
I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, and I'm just kind of like, relaxing. I'm just like looking at her.
Perfect.
There we go.
Hi.
Just so everyone's super chill.
Yeah, everyone's like acting,
Obviously,
trying
she
to
is
be
quite
normal.
shocked. And number one, she thinks that Martell is dead. And number two, she was not anticipating this room to be filled with anything. She's probably going to scream. That is the sense that you get when she walks into this room.
Can I say something to her as soon as she walks in the room?
Yeah. You're waiting.
I hear you're in a bit of trouble and need some help.
I also go with, hey, just take 2 seconds to listen to us. Don't freak out. Here to help.
She her mouth, which had opened as if she was going to scream, closes. I don't know what you're talking about. I just got married. My life couldn't be better.
Nine stands up and
Just said, fuck you guys.
just bounced. Ooh, now I'm top of screen. Yeah, now I'm the DM. Yeah. Now I'm the DM. All right, so she says yes and just comes with us. She's like, you guys are the adventure party I heard so much about. Nah, damn it, I was too slow.
We should need to start doing that. We should need to dox Jess every time she gets a little uppity.
Turn her camera off and put me back at the top.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so she
Oh,
said,
what happened?
as I was DMing the campaign, she just agreed automatically and is now going to just come out the window with us. So we'll start from there.
Yeah.
So what were you saying?
I stand up, Nine stands up, puts his hands out and says, I'm Nines. And just holds his hand out for a handshake.
She looks at you and it is distrustful as she turns. And Tolan has kind of backed into a corner. Still is this more normal looking Martell. But she turns and looks at Tolan.
Can I roll in perception to pick up on the fact that she is looking at him as her husband in a way that, like, he shouldn't be here, as in, like, alive? Can I pick
Her
up on her
husband. You have
looks?
not seen her husband yet.
This isn't.
Yeah, Martell is not her husband.
Oh, that's right. Because Martell faked his death. That's right. Martell faked his death.
Maybe have him be like, "Hey, didn't mean to freak you out. Just need to get your attention. This is our friend. You can drop the guys. We just want to talk for a quick minute. We've heard that there may be some trouble. Just this was just and have."
Do you want to tell her that
I have-
Martell is alive?
No.
Not yet. Let's just be like, "Hey, this was just to get your attention. Told her you can go ahead and drop the guys. Like, we're gonna sit,
We were
have a
sent
calm
by some
conversation."
friends. Some mutual friends.
So Tolan will drop the appearance and go back to looking like the half orc.
Look like an elf, maybe, just like a generic elf.
Caspian
Yeah,
says from his
that makes
mind
sense.
down below in another area of the house.
No,
that
Sorry!
makes sense. As this isn't, Tolan's main thing is to blend in. So yeah.
It would make sense.
An elf makes sense. So yeah. They go back to just like one of the many guests that they've seen. It's an amalgamation of different features.
Generic elf B.
Very generic elf. And they look at Calris and they go, "We just needed to get your attention. Sorry." And seems like, doesn't say a lot, but it seems heartfelt. They rolled a 15 in persuasion for it, so they don't say much, but their apology gets through. That it was like, "Dude, we really need to talk to you. Like, sorry, or we wouldn't have done it." Calrissa looks back at you and says, "What do you want? Were you sent for me?" And she looked like her jaw kind of toughens up as she looks, and it kind of seems like she's prepared to maybe fight depending on the answer that you give.
Is she saying sent for me, like sent to kill her?
Kind of seems like that's the question. I need to stop touching things.
At the foot of this bed, there's that little like bench.
Mm-hmm.
Nines is
Like
gonna
an upholstered bench.
he's gonna sit down on the bench, and like
It's very comfy.
it's my robotic butt feels great. He sits down on the bench and just like looks at her, and he's like, "We're not. There's 4 of us in the room. If we wanted to kill you, we would have done it already. But no,
You would
we're
have
not
tried.
here for you like that. We've been sent to pick you up and bring you out of here because you're in danger. They're gonna kill you. Spoiler alert."
Who's they? My father is.
I'll give you 3 guesses, but you're only gonna need 1.
Roll insight for me. Anyone who wants to. If you're in the room.
I roll insight with quadruple disadvantage from downstairs.
Asha rolls a 16.
Did you nat
13.
That's a nat 1 with a plus
Oof.
0.
Oof.
And you said 13 for Miran, 16 for Ashu. Okay. Miran, you can tell that she is very closed off. That it didn't come as a surprise that her life was in danger.
Oh.
Ashu, you can see that she's scared, but tough, as in like the fear is there. She knows that there is someone big and bad, but she's not going to let that stop her from doing what she needs to do. And from the rumors that y'all heard, like, she was still speaking out. She was still all of that.
Ashu will step forward and kind of like get down to her eye level and say, "We're here to help you. We can tell you can handle it yourself, but I think it's best if you come with us. This is a very dangerous place."
Question that just occurred to me. Where is Alexander Hamilton?
Oh,
He is in the room with us, and he is
You carried
being,
him up?
yeah, I carried him up, and he's being cute for Calrissa. Be
just
more
hand
convincing.
it. Just be like, look, if you come with us, you could hold this all the way there.
Do you think if I had malicious intent, I would have this cute pig with me?
Okay. Roll me a retroactive strength check just to see. It's not a high DC. We'll do it a DC of 9 for when you were
16.
climbing up. Okay, so yeah, you were able to carry Alexander Hamilton up. If we are going to keep Alexander Hamilton with us at all times, that will steadily get harder as he gets bigger.
So we craft him a cute backpack.
Cast,
Got one of the little domes
cast
on it
spider
so you
climb
can
on
see
him so he
outside.
can be Spider Pig.
Mhm.
Spider pig.
Spider boy, spider boy. Okay, so she glances down at Alexander. Or are you holding him out, or are you like holding him out on his leash?
He's on the ground. He
Okay.
walks up to her and just like sniffing her feet.
And she's like, I will be completely honest with you. This is one of the strangest encounters I've ever had in my entire life.
I hear that a lot.
I don't. And why did you think looking like my dead friend was going to do anything? Why would you come here the day after my wedding? What, you want me to just leave my husband? I can't leave my husband.
I'm gonna do it, guys. We were sent by Martel. He's still alive.
That's not true. Martel died 3
Exactly.
years ago.
He faked his death.
I can't remember if this is true or not. Is this true? I
Yes.
can't remember at all. Okay, just making sure that I wasn't confused about names.
You're lying.
Okay, can I command trust?
Oh.
Wow, that's
How long does it last?
1 round, which is 6 seconds.
And then they become hostile towards you, right?
Target must succeed if it doesn't understand this. Command.
Well, if I do sleep, will she wake back up
Mhm.
as soon as the 6 seconds
There
is
is
over?
an actual, yeah, because there's an actual spell for sleep. So that's not the
Oh.
case. And she looks at you and she says, I have no proof from you that what you say is true. I'm just supposed to trust random strangers who have appeared at the early hours in the day in my home. No one even comes in this room. I don't know why you're here. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. I will be fine.
All right.
All right, time to switch modes.
Hang on 1 second.
Gotta stretch it out really quick. We tried. That is, we tried. We asked nicely several times. I would just say, okay, I know I'm not in the fucking room, but can we just, someone in the room's like, I would really recommend that you trust us. We can, we have proof. If you come at let's just get out of here. It's hostile here. Let's go have a conversation. Worst case scenario, you can come back. We're not gonna kill you. We're not gonna do anything crazy. Let's just get out of here. Have a calm conversation. Not here. Give you some proof, and then if you really want to, if you still feel like it, you can come right back.
9
Where's the
stands
thing
up and
that
says that.
Where's the thing that says that they become hostile after command?
They
I
don't.
think
That's not
maybe it was a different spell I was thinking of. My bad.
Because if we can get her to trust us for 6 seconds, maybe it will make sense when that's over. When that 6 just getting her to see our perspective for 6 seconds might
Understand.
What about that? Comprehend. I don't fucking know.
Comprehend.
Grok.
Comprende.
What do you want to do? Do you want to command her? What are we doing?
What should I command her, boys?
Can Nines have said all that of hey,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I'd really recommend this.
What if
Roll. What were you going
I was gonna
to
say? What will we need to do to prove this to you?
I mean, I guess we could get her opinion.
You've already showed me that you can make someone look like Martel.
How do I know that he has red eyes?
And she looks incredibly confused. And she's like, he has blue eyes. You don't. The Martel you know isn't my Martel. I don't know who you think sent you here, but Martel is dead. Roll persuasion for me, Josh. For what you said.
15.
15. Okay, so she stops. And she's like, look. Where do you want me to go?
You see that
Leave
pink
with
blip
you
out there?
where? Leave with you where?
I guess we didn't really think this one all the way through. Where are we going? Where are we going?
We're rendezvousing with rendezvousing. What was that? We're
Cute.
Rendezvous.
Sorry. We are rendezvousing with Martel. We haven't showed up there by probably about full-on daylight. He's leaving.
Once we get there, you can grill him as much as you want. You can ask him questions that only he could possibly know the
You're
answer
not
to.
in the room.
Ah!
You split
I'm
the
fucking muted.
party.
I'm muted. I'm muting.
Okay,
I'm
so-
muting.
I tell her, when we get there, you can talk to Martel. You can ask him any question that you need to be able to confirm his identity. We will, if you don't fully believe that he is who he says he is, I will make sure that you can come back here myself. Because if he's lying, that means he lied to us. I mean, it's lied to you. So fuck him, if that's the case. But if it is him, what if it is him? What if it is him?
As far as we're aware, we're here to save you.
Mm-hmm. And Martel sent us. And what if it is him?
So wherever, whatever happens at the end of this, our job is to make sure you're safe. So if we take you to someone and they're not safe, then we will bring you back. Because that's our job is just you safe. That's what we were told the job is.
Okay.
Yes.
I can make excuses as to why I've been gone for half a day. So
Let's
where do we go?
Just like, great.
So y'all
Fucking grab her and run.
start climbing back. So let's switch back downstairs to Caspian, who has been enjoying a lovely cup of coffee after some brisk water.
We're
The
doing nothing.
woman who tells you that her name is Bridget, she is puttering around the kitchen. She's getting things ready, and she actually turns to you with a small tray of, it looks like, breakfast rolls that have been filled with eggs and bacon and sauce and different fillings. And she
Hell yeah.
goes, I have to go put these out into the dining area, but I left a couple of them over there by the fire. So if you are hungry as well, we can get you a little bit more sobered up before we get you back out on the streets. Okay, we definitely don't want to run into the guards now that Lord Bregren is finally leaving today. Unfortunately, of course, I'm sad to see the lady go. It's bitter. I'm so sorry. I have to go and put these out real fast. Excuse me. And she rushes out, carrying her tray.
Can I roll insight on her?
Go ahead.
That's a nat 20 for a 23.
So you can tell that Bridget is not too happy about Lord Bregren being there. He seemed to make her feel very nervous, and it just did not seem like she was at ease, and that she was looking forward to him leaving so that things can kind of calm down again. But it's very sad because when he leaves, that means that Kelrissa will be leaving with them, as she is now married to the young Lord Bregren.
Interesting.
He seems very motherly. You just get the sense that she is trying to take care of you, obviously. Like, that's come across very much, so that she was just like, okay, we're gonna get you out of here and safe, but you can't be too far in the house, you know. So she leaves, and roll me a perception check.
It's an 18.
All right. You hear voices outside the back door, kind of like where the guard was, as a couple people begin to speak right outside the kitchen.
Is this the other side? Is this a wall?
It is a solid wall.
So can
you rustle the
there?
bushes through that window?
Is this a window to the left?
That is a window.
Okay, and then can
Roll
I
me
just
stealth real fast?
fuck 19?
Oh,
Okay.
What is? Can I see? Do I know what's around this corner?
Around what corner?
Down at the south
You
end of the
have
room.
not gone back there yet, but that was the direction that Bridget went with the plate.
Can I
with the platter.
step right there and just peek around the corner just to see what is down this hallway?
You absolutely can. 1 second.
So it's a little like nook and then a
That is
door.
the door, and you hear footsteps coming back. And at first you think it is Bridget, but through the door walks a very tall, bronze-skinned man with golden hair. And he stops for a moment because it looks like he was walking with general purpose. And he sees you and he just goes, "Ah, I didn't expect to actually see you when you got here. Not very professional to just be standing in a kitchen when you've been hired to be stealthy."
I'm holding my coffee and the snack, and I'm like, I'm having breakfast. I feel stealthy as fuck right now.
Wait a minute.
I was
Wait.
I was invited in.
You
And I like hold out. I'm like, "Do you want a bite?"
Isn't this the father?
This is Lord Bregrin.
But
And
he
he looks at
knows
you.
us.
He looks at you and he goes, "Why are you talking to me?
Kill him.
Do your job, or I will end you."
This
Yes,
is
sir.
this is part of the whole. I'm absolutely doing that. This is part of the whole plan. We're making sure that there's a little bit of something going over there. Like, we've got you covered. Like, don't worry. Like, things are on track. Like, we've got you.
Get the shit smacked out of
He
you.
steps towards you, and he is a looming figure. He is almost 7 feet tall, and his eyes, which were bright blue, begin to glow golden. And it feels like there is a heat radiating off of his body, and it's too hot. He rolled a natural 20 on intimidation. So that is a grand total of 23 intimidation. He
Can I?
says, "When
can I
I
try-
hire someone to sneak into a home and do a job, I don't expect to see anyone. Do you need to be reminded why you are here, urchin?"
Can
I
I try?
I kind of want you to say yes, so he tells you, and you can confirm. But that also probably means you're gonna get killed.
But, okay.
The coffee that is still in your mug begins to grow hotter.
Can I
The
try
food
and?
that is in your hand begins to cook, and you can actually smell it more as it's now becoming overdone, just being in the presence of this
Take a step
radiating
back.
heat.
Can I try and nat 20 deception?
You can definitely try to roll a nat 20 deception.
Oh my fucking god! That is a nat 20 for a 24. He got a 23. He can suck my dick. Oh my god.
Holy
That is a
shit.
nat 20. He got a nat 20 for a 23. That's a nat 20 for a 24. Oh
Oh my
my
God.
god.
Clip it.
I clip it.
I hit the
Holy
button.
shit.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's why I always tell you can try. It can happen. All right. All right.
Can I
What do you
like
say?
holy shit. Okay.
You've been talking for like 30 minutes. You got any words left?
Oh my god. Can I like want to like annoyingly like look at my cup like as it like starts to boil and like just set it on the counter? Be like, again, I assure you, this like it's all going according to plan. Is there? I didn't. We're making sure that there's always contingencies for contingency. I know that you wouldn't want to see me, but according to everyone in the house, I name someone at the like someone specific, and I'm like, I'm their cousin. Like, I should be there. I should have been at the wedding. I like name drop like 3 specific people. I'm like, I was taking like pictures with people at the wedding. Like, for all intents and purposes, I should be here, and it's perfectly reasonable for me to be here. And I'm like stone cold sober, and Bridget and I are now best friends. I'm like name dropping people. I'm like name dropping guards. I'm like, this has all been, you want the best, you've got the best. We have contingencies upon contingencies. So if you want to tell me if there's anything else that we've missed or that you need us to do, clearly we've got a handle on this. Would you like us to accomplish anything else while I'm here, while you've got me, while you've got AAA rating service?
The heat begins to dissipate and his eyes go back to blue. Will you be handling this on premises or off?
We assumed, having it be somewhere, we want it to be as natural looking as possible, and the less you know the better, so that way there's no sort of implication that you can't be. There's plenty of people in this part of the world know magic. Don't want you going under anything, so the less you know the better.
I will give you that.
But we'll make sure that it looks as normal as possible. Is there anywhere in particular that you would make sure, like, don't do it here? Or anything that you would be like, make sure you don't do X, Y, or Z?
He leans toward you and his presence itself is quite overwhelming. And he goes, I hired a band of thugs to do what they do. I know you people aren't as civilized as the world would like. And in this instance, I will use that to help create a better one. This world will soon fall under the light of the sun. But until it does, what happens in the shadows should send a message, should it not? The need for the light is growing stronger. Remind this family why the light is so important. Make it hurt. Make a scene. Make her weep. And then you may end it. Do I make myself clear?
Caspian's just like sweating profusely. But he's like trying, like, that 20 deception, like, gotcha. Praise be Heliod.
And he kind of look
Hail
of
Hydra.
brief surprise. Well, you might still be worth saving. Do this job. And when the Temple of Heliod is finished in this area, prostrate yourself unto him. Swear your life to
Why?
Heliod, and I am sure he will again let you into the light of his embrace.
That's the plan. Will you do me a big favor? Do you want to just holler at the 2 guards outside to the windows while I
Ask him for a fucking favor. Yeah.
I mean, I can stealth out. I can smoke bomb, get out of here. But just if you don't mind, I've got other things. I could chimney it.
I was heading out anyway. My guards must accompany me as I offer my prayers unto my lord Heliod. So I will take my guards with me as I was down here to do. I obviously don't need to leave the back door open anymore. So I trust you will do your job, and I will continue to do mine, and bring Heliod's blessed light to this world.
Absolutely.
And then he pushes past you. Gentle brushing of the shoulder, but it's not a shoulder check. Still that air of superiority, but you've made an impression. And he heads out the kitchen door. You hear talking, and then you hear now multiple footsteps walking away. What do you do?
I want to get Bridget the fuck out of here, if we're being perfectly honest. I feel like she's not safe. So he bounces, right? Him and his guards, they leave.
They have left.
Um,
Book it.
can I roll? Is Bridget still in the other room? Do I know if anyone else is in the house?
She has not come back yet. But at this point, the sun has started to come up, and you hear that's not the correct screen. Sorry, about that. 1 second. You hear voices from inside the dining room, and they sound pretty cheerful and happy. And it is the sound of a male's voice and then Bridget's voice. This dude's gone.
Would I know the husband if I saw him? Would I have seen him?
You've seen the father now.
So he looks kind of like him, then I could wager a guess.
You could definitely wager a guess. I mean, the man you just met had very strong features. That you feel like you would be able to pick out of a crowd.
Do I
bounce? Get the fuck out of there.
Do I bounce or do I try and get Bridget's husband out of there?
It's not part of the mission.
Dude, fuck him.
Okay.
Fuck him.
Can I?
We don't need heroes, man.
Bro.
Can I roll?
It's 11:16 Central. This man has to die. Sorry.
Can you roll what?
Insight on Bridget. I just wanted to talk to Bridget and see if she feels safe. I feel like we're gonna leave and we're gonna come back and everyone's gonna be fucking dead.
So the voices that you heard grow louder as
Is it more
Bridget
than one?
begins to walk back into the kitchen.
I make it look like
follows her.
I'm make it look like I'm heading out. Like okay. I'm like at the door, like things are down, and I'm like holding the door open to see what Bridget's reaction is. Because she's gonna walk in first, I'm gonna catch eyes with her. If she gives me a face like you should not be here, I will just out the door. If she like, oh honey, like, if she's like, oh, I wanted to say bye before you left, then I will like I'll hold the door open. I'll be like, "Thanks so much." So
Go
when she
ahead
comes
and
around,
roll insight.
okay, come on, 13. My boons are gone.
So with the 13, you hear that the conversation, you can't hear exactly what the words are as you're moving further away, but you can hear that Bridget sounds lighthearted. It sounds like an easy conversation between her and whoever it is that she's speaking to. And she's kind of chuckling slightly, and you can hear him kind of, it sounds like he's maybe teasing her a little bit. And she comes around the corner. He has not made it around the corner, and she spots you near the door. And she goes, "Oh, you get home safe, dear. We'll see you again soon."
Thanks for everything. And I
Of
just
course. And as you head out the door, if you want to take a brief look back and roll a perception check, you are very welcome to do so.
the 5.
You see there's another figure, and from the sound of them, they sounded like a dude.
Yeah.
All right, so you go outside. Everybody else, we'll say that y'all were climbing down at about this time. All of this was kind of occurring in the same instances. So you were at the base of the rope. Some of you are still climbing down it. And Caspian, you see them. And what do y'all do?
Caspian, get your ass over here now.
I fucking hustle over there.
We got the chick. What did you even do? What did you do? What happened to you?
What did you even do?
I looked into the eyes of the devil.
Give me a second. Let me see. Until the spell ends. 8 hours.
Mhm. Oh yeah, you're good for a while.
Yeah, so my mage armor, yeah, so I'm still sober.
Mhm.
Oh, but I kind of want to.
You can dismiss it. Like I
I
would let
know.
you dismiss it. Like even
I
if it's not a concentration
That'd be
spell, it's
very
still your magic.
unprofessional of you right now.
I think. So I think that I would have. Okay. I think Caspian would have stepped out of the door, been like, "Okay, great, thanks. Like, I appreciate it so much." Like step out the door, having just had that interaction with that person, of them almost like me being a very water-based creature and him boiling coffee in my hand.
Meaning to be drunk after that.
I think that I would just like I would open the door and just like like I think that I would like because it's I don't think it's concentration. It's not concentration. I think I would just like fuck, and I think I would drop. Like I don't think it would be a
Like just the adrenaline leaving your body. Just like,
yeah
holy shit, that was intense.
yeah like barely like out decepting it. Like I think it would just that like
You
adrenaline
literally
dump.
1 point bullshit your way through that. Like that could have turned out very badly.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
that
the
makes sense.
adrenaline dump that comes over Caspian as soon as he like, have a great day, closes the door, like sweating, like almost crying, like okay,
Shaking.
yeah,
Most definitely shaking.
I think it drops. I think it would drop. Like
Yeah,
just if I'm living it, I think it would drop.
that makes sense. Yeah.
And then they yell at me. I walk over and I like see them and I'm like, I come like stumbling over to them and like, what did you even do? I'm like, I had breakfast. It was very pleasant. It is very pleasant. Bridget is a peach. Just a peach. I met some guy who's a dick.
Are y'all
Not-
having this conversation
nice.
just right outside the manor, or are y'all
She's like,
heading off?
We're
okay, cool. And then Just
I think we're
Goes.
scurrying, yeah, and
Cool.
having this conversation as we're
So
sprinting.
let's roll one more group stealth check.
Ooh.
I will roll
This is
for
where we do it, guys.
Calversa. And it's more like, okay, so I will have you do stealth
22.
or performance. Make it make sense as to how you are getting out of at least the inner city. Make it make sense, right? Because now you have all your shape-changing abilities.
Oh my
For those
God.
of you who have shape-changing abilities, you also have
God damn it.
Calrissa with you.
Oh boy.
That is
Does
an
she just
8.
pick everybody up and like run
Yeah,
back and
let's
forth
just
really
run.
fast?
That was an 8 for stealth, and then a nat 1 for a 5 on performance.
You are recovering. You are like on the
Damn it.
oh
Yeah,
god, the
I mean,
the
yeah.
chemicals, the hormone, and the fact that you
Yeah.
were sober on purpose for that long. Like there is a double-edged sword, this curse that Sky has put on you, where at least when you're drunk, you don't have the memories of the things that you did while you were with Skyla. The memories of the things that Skyla did on her own, and then the things that she forced you to do the further into your relationship that you got. There's a reason why you wanted to be drunk all the time. There's a reason why she turned that into a curse. So when you are sober, yes, you're finally out of her influence, even if you have to rely on her magic. But that doesn't stop the thoughts that plague you.
Yeah,
You're
that
having a
tracks.
rough time. And it was a super intense thing. Like you said, this dude literally was boiling liquid, and you are a very water-based creature. So, and you were on your own, unintentionally. You had a plan going in, and you wound up being completely separated from the group for the whole time. That's a first for y'all as a group. So I feel like Caspian especially would take that as kind of an intimidating thing, as he kind of
Caspian's
fucks up
no
on
good,
his
very
own.
bad day.
Yeah, he had a great day, and now it's just a chemical dump. Mirren, did you want to use the Ted Farty hat and do performance instead?
Mm.
Because you do still have the Ted
Does
Farty
anybody
hat.
have inspiration?
Oh, I have inspiration.
There we go.
I will roll performance
18.
again.
All right, Mirren. So you
16.
were able to.
Okay, so what if you and I can perform our way out of this?
Yep.
Because their whole cover is we're cousins or whatever.
Yep.
We're
Mine
the
your way
two
out.
elves. What the fuck are we? How? I don't know what. I have no idea.
We were
You
elf
were
cousins.
able to get Calrissa to come willingly. So, she's not making a scene. It's normal for Calrissa to be here. The DC was a lot lower than y'all thought. Very glad some of you re-rolled though. What did Nines get? And what did he roll?
No, I got a 13. No, a 14 on stealth.
Okay. So it's just pretty much the stealth was so that you're not drawing attention to yourself. The performance was how well are you blending in.
My performance was a
Because
2, by the way.
that's
I'm sorry, a 5.
it.
It was a
That's if
5.
you were trying to use that. It's your choice which one you wanted
Okay.
to use.
Yeah, I'm going stealth.
Yeah, y'all, because y'all had, once again, y'all solved this in a pretty diplomatic way. Calrissa's not fighting against you, and you're not dragging a unconscious body through town. It is still early morning. The guards and Lord Bregrin, and probably the younger Lord Bregrin, are now off to do their morning prayers, so you don't have to worry about them. And Tolan seems to be leading you out of the town. You pass through the first set of gates. Tolan doesn't slow down. You continue to walk. You pass through the second set of gates. And As you are walking away from the town and out onto the road, he looks back at you. Sorry, they look back at you. And I hope you didn't like need anything in there. I figured we were trying to do this pretty fast.
No, why?
Okay,
Say,
good.
say
'Cause we're not
need
going back.
or meat.
Need. Because we're not going back. And if he's right and Lord Bregrin saw him, he definitely can't go back.
Don't care.
Fuck this place.
Carissa looks at you and she's like, this is my home. Like,
Do we need
why? What
anything?
happened? That we didn't do anything to you guys. Why fuck this place?
I'm just
No,
saying.
that's
I don't need to come back here.
Troy's. It's Troy's thoughts.
Oh, okay. Like
shit.
Aju just fuck this place. He's starting to learn from everybody. He's just starting to mimic. Like that's what we say when we leave places. is
He's just a
this
parrot.
place.
He just parrots everything around him.
I love that. Okay, so
Do we need
anything
from
Yeah.
there? Checking in with anybody else? We don't need anything from there, right?
No.
Colin is supposed to be leading you to Martell, so you were here for the fun festivities. You got even more fun out of this. You finally got to do a kidnapping. And you are heading out of town. Tolan is leading you to whatever rendezvous is with
Before,
the man that you think is Martell, who is supposed to be a dead man.
before we get to the rendezvous point, can I want to catch my breath? Can I roll a I'm gonna just like fucking I might hoe myself in this right now. Can I roll like a constitution check or a constitution saving throw or a wisdom saving throw to see if I can get my wits about me enough to then cast something to then explain to them what happened in the room accurately?
So do you want to cast a spell to be sober, or do you want to just try to do like a constitution roll to see if you can like pretty much just
So-
like, okay, slap in your face, like, all right, get your shit together. We got information. We gotta pass this on.
So
What do you wanna do?
the save is to see if I can get to a place where I can have the forethought of mind to cast a spell to sober up. So that is my can Caspian get to a point emotionally after all of that where he can
Mhm.
then be like, I need to cast something else. I need to tentacle up again. Have this
Call
conversation.
that a wisdom. Let's just do a straight wisdom
Just-
roll. It's not gonna be a
just-
save, it's just a roll.
Just flat wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a fucking 7.
I think that you would one be a little bit intimidated by how long you were sober and functional, because the memories of you and Sky and everything, they're held at bay when you're drunk. So those moments where you are in battle, those moments when you are using her magic are normally so full of so much other stuff that the thoughts don't have a chance to settle in. You don't really notice them. This was a time where it was a different kind of adrenaline rush. You had to be in the moment. So recovering from that barragement of intrusive thoughts while at the same time literally bullshitting for your life, it's exhausted you mentally. You are emotionally drained and you're like, do I even want to think those thoughts anymore? Do I want to open my I can explain this. I don't need to be sober to explain this.
Well, I give it a shot. I kind of I'm like, by the way, like I met somebody in there and he was kind of an asshole. And I try and inform them of what I saw in there before we get to the.
Yeah, before we wind, okay, let's see how much of it that you can get out. Let's do
Performance.
do a performance.
Okay. Flat or disadvantage?
Do you normally do your performance checks at disadvantage when you're drunk? Is that one of
Depending
the
on.
ones?
Yeah, it's usually persuasion.
Okay.
So
No, let's just do a flat. Let's do a flat.
doesn't matter. It's a fucking 9.
Jeez.
Okay. Do you
my
want
God.
to RP that for me?
Fuck my life.
And that'll be where we end this. Is Caspian is gonna lead us out with his explanation of
Christ.
what happened in the kitchen. And so as Brandon is regaling us with Caspian's description of what occurred in the kitchen, we will go ahead and say goodnight for the evening. We will be back next week around about the same time. We are trying to get an earlier start time so everyone can enjoy the story for as long as possible. And until then, everyone be safe, be happy. We love you, and we'll see you next time. Brandon, what occurred in the kitchen?
Some guy, he had blue eyes and then he had gold eyes and he burnt my coffee and it was rude. And then he was like, you should do weird stuff to what's her name? The daughter. It was very mean. I didn't like it at all. He had his hair, it was silvery, it was rude. Bridget was nice. She clearly didn't like him at all either. He's like, I'm glad he's leaving. That Lord's a dick. How about that? And then he was like, you should do weird stuff to my daughter, which has made me very uncomfortable. So I left. It was weird. I didn't like it. And my coffee was burnt. Fuck them. That whole place. And Caspian hopes that relays enough information to what seemed like a very crucial interaction in the fucking kitchen. Because I'm rolling like trash.
I love it. I love it.
Goodness.
That was fantastic.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.
Bye.
See you next
Bye.
time.
Have a good time.